for some time. President Trump cited these concerns when he announced the strikes. I'm wondering, how long will this campaign last, and will it involve ground?
Can you imagine having to fucking like sail all the fucking way around Africa just because a couple of clowns don't want you to go through here? Think about how much fucking money that wastes. The billions of dollars that we're spending on this.
Forces.
Well, first of all, the problem here is that this is a very important shipping lane, and in the last year and a half, the last 18 months, the Houthis have struck or attacked 174 naval vessels of the United States, attacking the U.S. Navy directly 174 times, and 145 times they've attacked commercial shipping. So we basically have a band of pirates,
yeah,
you know, with guided precision anti-ship weaponry.
Guided by Luffy.
And exacting a toll system in one of the most important shipping lanes in the world. That's just not sustainable. We are not going to have these people controlling.
Imagine defending this.
Which ones cannot. And so your question is, how long will this go on? It will go on until they no longer have the capability to do that.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
How's that gonna happen? I don't know.
Well, what does U.S. intelligence tell us at this point? Because the U.S. had been conducting strikes for some time, but has not stopped the Houthis.
I will bring peace to this universe,
right now?
no matter the
Do you
cost.
have more fidelity in the intelligence that would make this more successful?
Well, those strikes were retaliation strikes. So they launched one missile, we hit the missile launcher, or we sent something to do it. This is not a message. This is not a one-off. This is an effort to deny them the ability to continue to constrict.
Perfection is unattainable, but that should not stop us from trying to achieve it.
We're not going to have these guys, these people with weapons, able to tell us where our ships can go.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
The U.S. We're doing the world a favor. We're doing the entire world a favor by getting rid of these guys and their ability to strike global shipping.
I have been from one side of this universe to the next. Never have I seen an empire so grand.
What better place for a golden man than this golden city?
How much do you guys think? Probably $100 billion again? I think that's a good start.
The battle starts in 5,
Yeah, you're welcome, by
4,
the way.
3,
Here,
2,
and it will
1.
continue until that's carried out.
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
I bet a lot of
Got
places
it?
probably did.
There
I
are
bet there's
threats
probably a lot of
ahead
people
even
that,
greater
like,
than
their
what the
nation
Dooms have
depends on, like,
unleashed.
trade. I bet they're probably like, thank God.
This time I need healing.
The Biden administration didn't do that. All the Biden administration would do is they would respond to an attack. These guys would launch one rocket, we hit the rocket launcher. That's it.
Cosmos heals you. Maybe that
control global shipping. And that's
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
continue until that's finished.
It could involve ground base.
Well, those are military decisions to be made, but
Quantum
Mission area is
there's
yours.
a necessity for it right now. I can tell you that as of last night, some of the key people involved in the Russo launcher are on the river.
Unite. Quantum magic.
We
are in this together.
are able to control what ships can go through there. They've attacked the U.S. Navy 174 times. They've attacked the United States Navy. We're not going to have to...
How does that happen when Biden is like,
Quantum magic.
the U.S. is doing all the dirty work while the
Control lost.
European countries are looking at each other while they're too busy censoring internet bullies?
Destiny awaits.
Yeah. Well, we'll take over Europe after we get done with this. It'll be okay. By the way, I know there's a lot of fucking stupid-ass Europeans that are in chat. I'm joking, by the way. Before you fuckers write another Reddit thread about our good Europe.
The cosmos heals you. You are safe now, my friend.
Sitting around with the missiles attacking the U.S. Navy. It's not going to happen. Not under President Trump.
Us against the world.
Statement around providing support for the Houthis. Put this in context, because U.S. intelligence that Israel has the desire and intent to conduct an attack on Iran's developing nuclear program in the coming months.
was cursed from the start.
President Trump has extended an office during the Have you heard anything back from Iran? Is the striking Yemen a signal to Iran?
This striking Yemen is about their ability, the ability of the regions to strike
Some assistance, please.
174 times against the U.S. Navy, 145 sometimes against global shipping. That's what the strike is about.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Because the Iranians have to hold it.
Our aquatic enemies have been eliminated.
They provide them guidance.
I am at your service.
Born again!
Your souls unite. Just healing power.
So this is a
Good point. I mean, I've seen some of these terrorists.
Second
and,
chance is over.
They're on canoes and boats and shit like that. These shitty ass boats, yeah.
I am Asgard's might!
Quantum
Nature's name on summon now!
Glory is almost yours!
They also get support from Russia, potentially, which you leverage sanctions in regard to. But I want to ask you about tariffs, because you know Canada this China is Canada's second biggest export.
Tremble before blast!
In this ongoing trade back and forth the U.S. is having, isn't there a risk that China ultimately
Feel the wrath!
If it's too costly to deal with the United States, won't they benefit?
Well, actually, China and Canada are involved in a mini trade war right now. In fact, the Chinese have imposed a bunch of tariffs, reciprocal or retaliatory tariffs on Canada after Canada.
I tend to
imposed
lost
tariffs on them.
souls,
So
like a
here's the way
shepherd
everybody
tends to his flock.
Okay? The president rightfully believes that the balance of global trade is completely off kilter. For 30 or 40 years, we have allowed countries to treat us unfairly in global trade.
30 seconds
much
before you
like during the
attack.
Cold War,
Get
because we
ready.
wanted them to
Yeah,
be
I
rich.
feel like it's kind of. I kind of feel bad for Canada in a way, right?
So,
I mean, you have two big groups of these, like, you know, massively
gather
powerful
that was the
countries
intent.
that have decided to like just team up and just fucking beat up on Canada. Like, hey, yo, fuck Canada, right?
themselves.
Like, for real. They deserve it?
They were our allies in the
The
Cold
battle
War.
starts in
But now
5,
that has to change. You
4,
look at the European Union.
3,
The European Union's
2,
economy is about the
1.
same size as ours. It's not
All
a
you need to
big
do is
economy.
capture
It's
the
very
mission
comparable to
area.
ours in terms
Got
of
it?
its composition and so forth. Why do they have a trade surplus? So what the president is saying is, number one, there are critical industries like aluminum, like steel, like semiconductors, like automobile manufacturing, that he rightfully believes, President Trump rightfully believes, that we need to have
Some
a
assistance, please.
and the way you protect those industries
Quantum magic. I feel better already.
the second,
Our aquatic enemies have been eliminated.
we are going to put tariffs
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
not against Canada,
Mission
not
area
against
is
Mexico, not
yours.
against the EU, it's everybody. And then from that new baseline of fairness and reciprocity, we will engage potentially in bilateral negotiations with countries around the world on new trade arrangements that make sense for both sides. Fairness. So right now,
The cosmos
fair. We're
heals
gonna
you.
reset the baseline, and then we can enter into these bilateral agreements potentially with countries so that our trade is fair. What's not going to continue is
A new threat rises from beneath the waves. Quantum magic.
Not North American free trade.
No, it's not fairness. It's resetting baseline fairness. We can work on deals and so forth because they'll have products we don't make, we have products they don't make. That's where trade works the best. It has to be clear, but it has to be fair.
Some assistance.
Control announcements and pullbacks are causing concern in the market, as we saw this past week. So I heard you describe what seems like a strategy to get.
I am ready to put on a show.
Born again!
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Judge, jury, executioner!
That seems more emotional.
No, that's called retaliation. That's what happened. Why are they doing it to us?
I am born anew.
So it's emotional when we do it, but not when they do it.
In these trade
How's that work?
They're going to increase tariffs on. They already have high tariffs. They're going to add
That's
more
crazy.
to their tariff line. Then we'll have to find something to. I mean, you tell me. I mean, Canada's going after whiskey and orange juice. That sounds pretty settled to me as well.
I require some aid.
Grace us with
Your
victory!
team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
A trade.
Tremble before blast!
Something something
Destiny
that is fair for
awaits.
both sides. But what we have now cannot continue. We have to deindustrialize this country. Okay, deindustrialize the United States of America. There are things we can no longer make, and we have to
Trophies!
in order to be safe as a country and in order to have jobs. That's why we had a Rust Belt.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Entire communities
They ship
wiped
shape in
out
no time.
by trade that basically
Cosmic might returns.
It's party time!
Ah, yes.
You made me do this.
Mary's almost done!
Our aquatic enemies have been eliminated. This time I need healing.
This is going to happen, and it's going to happen now.
I want to ask you about Russia. You said Envoy Steve Witkoff's meeting with Vladimir Putin that happened last week would answer the fundamental question of whether we're moving towards a ceasefire or whether Putin is taking a delay tactic. You spoke with Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister, yesterday. Is this a delay tactic?
Well, I think that was a promising meeting. As I've said repeatedly, we're not going to negotiate this in the public. Hopefully we'll have something to announce at some
Another
point
epic
fairly soon.
victory!
I can't guarantee that, but I certainly think the meeting was promising. The exchange was promising. I don't take away from each meeting, from Ambassador Witkoff's meeting, negativity. There are some challenges. This is a complex 3-year war that's been ongoing along a very long military front with a lot of complexity to it. So no one's claiming that it's easy, but I want everyone to understand here's the plan. Plan A is get the shooting to stop so that we can move to Plan B, phase 2, which is have everybody at a table, maybe with some shuttle diplomacy, to figure out a way to permanently end this war in a way that's enduring and it respects everybody's needs and so forth. No one is saying that that second part is easy, but we can't get even to that second part until we get past the first part. It's hard to negotiate an enduring end to a war as long
I think they're going to be able to do it. I do. I think they're going to figure it out. I didn't think that for a while, but like after the amount of crash outs and then recoveries after the crash outs, I think that they'll be able to do it.
as they're shooting at each other. And so
Right.
the president wants a ceasefire. That's what we're working on.
Maybe it sounds
Assuming we can
stupid,
get
but,
that
like,
done,
that's
that
what I'm
won't
thinking.
be easy in and of itself. We move to the second phase, which is negotiating something more enduring and permanent. That will be hard. It will involve a lot of hard work, concessions from both sides, but it has to happen. This war cannot continue. The president has been clear about that, and he's doing everything he can to bring it to an end.
Okay. We'll talk about that later in the program as well with Envoy Witkoff. I want to ask you about a decision you made to revoke a student visa for someone at Columbia University this past week. The Wall Street Journal editorial board writes,
They just can't get over this. They can't get over it.
the administration needs to be careful.
Yep.
It's targeting real promoters of terrorism, not breaking the great promise of a green card by deporting anyone with controversial political views. Can you substantiate any form of material support for terrorism, specifically to Hamas, from this Columbia
They
student?
don't need to substantiate it directly to Hamas. All they need to do
Which
is
hero do you
substantiate
think you
it
wanna be
to
today?
an organization that has expressed
Be wary.
support for
No
Hamas. That's what
timeline
the
exists
law
where
says.
Magneto yields.
That's what the rules say. And it's also not even any terror organization. It's even bigger than
Now,
that.
who am I gonna
Do-
banish
or was
from
it
this
simply
match?
that he was espousing a controversial political
You see
point
how
of view?
she's so specific? Well, she's so specific because this is the woman that tried to compare. What did she try to compare to Nazi Germany? I'm trying to remember, like how Hitler took power about burning books, I think. What was it again? Yeah, I forgot what it was. It was like free speech. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Free speech is what led to Nazi Germany. This is what this woman said. So you shouldn't take anything that she says seriously. She's a retard. So, yeah, I mean, just straight up.
Well, not just the student, we're going to do more. In fact, every day we're these revocations, and if that beats that led to a
Thank God. Thank God, bro. Like, we have enough terrorist sympathizers
Pick your
here in
hero.
the US that are
Or villain.
citizens.
I'm not
We
judging.
need to import new terrorist sympathizers. It's overdue. It is long overdue. Get them out.
hard to bring hard process as well. And here's why. It's very simple. When you apply to enter the United States, you get a visa. You are a guest, and you're coming as a student, you're coming as a tourist, or what have you. And in it, you have to make certain assertions. And if you tell us when you apply for a visa, I'm coming to the U.S. to participate in pro-Hamas events, that runs counter to the foreign policy interest of the United States of America. It's that simple. So you lied. You came, if you had told us that you were going to do that,
Our past is mired in
now
loss
you're
and
here.
grief.
Now you do it.
But the
You lied to us.
future
You're out.
belongs to
It's that
mutant
simple.
kind.
Is there
30
any-
seconds before you
is there
attack.
any
Get ready.
evidence of a link to terrorism, or is it just your point of view?
Your idealism refreshes a battered old soul.
You can't be that old.
Return to you that his point of
Astral
view is the
projection
link.
makes me feel old.
Like, what are we doing? He just answered it, yes.
The battle starts
She
in
doesn't get
5.
it. Well, what she's
4,
trying to do, so this is
3,
what she's trying
2,
to do. She's
1.
trying to minimize
All you need to do
and
is
make it
capture the
seem
mission
like
area. Got it?
His twisted metal in ways I would
and
never dare.
his support of terrorism is just a point of view.
Anymore.
So she's using intentionally soft language.
Anyone willing to help?
in order to make him seem
I feel like myself again.
and this is again like this is why, by the way, this is
The mission area is yours to capture now.
it's because I think
Capture the mission area!
but they have not really understood entirely maybe because my language they might not really pick up on it. I realize and so I think it's very I can immediately see this is happening. I know how to use manipulative language and I know how to identify manipulative language. I'm very good. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so popular. Yeah, it's because I'm good at communicating. So, anyway,
Mutants
English
always
good since
rise
when? Yes, my
again.
English does be good. And so anyway, this
A
happens.
little help, please.
And
Help.
it's
So
so obviously disingenuous. It's clearly disingenuous.
You know, I mean, you walk through. These guys took over entire buildings.
Shields up! They've almost got it!
Be removed so
Because
easily.
all like their ideology, their entire ideology is in around oppression,
Much better.
and they view the terrorists as the oppressed. So anything that they do as a response is acceptable because they're part of
Don't try
the
not to be.
that it's acceptable to be everything is based off of that.
And now that he's doing it in here, he's going to leave and so are others, and we're going to keep doing it. We are, and by the way, I find it ironic that a lot of these people are defending the First Amendment.
Certainly would be the first to tell you that the most oppressed people shut the fuck up then.
I feel like myself again.
Defend somebody by creating these
Half of the mission area. Keep going!
By the arm of
Double KO! Control
I
lost!
shall not be removed so easily.
Your entire channel is a
help?
double standard.
Call
Partisan act.
Scott.
Can you give me an
Someone
example of that double standard? Which is my entire channel. I think that'd be easy for you to do.
Charles dreamed of a safe haven for all mutants. At last, I have made it a reality.
He's crashing out. Is he really? You think so?
30
think he
seconds
might be
before you
crashing
attack.
out, too.
Get ready.
What is it that they make in this wretched place?
Monsters.
Emotional manipulation only going one way.
My
No,
area of
I've said multiple
expertise.
times that emotional manipulation
Lead me
goes
to
both
them
ways,
so
and I
that they
used the
may taste
example
my blade.
of bringing that
Now
kid
we're
with brain
talking.
cancer to
Right this way, man.
the union address, or basically the union address that Trump
battle
did
starts in
as
5,
blatant,
4,
emotional manipulation.
3,
and I think that it's
2,
also emotional
1.
manipulation with the trans issues.
All you need to
and
do
the
is capture the
sports
mission
issues as well.
area. Got it?
I've never said
Everything
that.
most
Do
decidedly
you have
does
another
not
example of a
happen
double
for a
standard that
reason.
doesn't exist? Or is that the only example of fake double?
scratch my
I feel like
You
myself
only ever
again.
call out one side. So if I only
Here
ever
they
call
come
out
now.
one side, why am I able to make multiple examples? How do I have to
You are under my protection.
The mission area is yours to capture now. Capture the mission
When
area.
have I championed wealth disparity?
Get in here, y'all.
When did I do that?
Rebirth
this is another
is a
double standard,
mutant's
right?
greatest gift.
And by the way, this isn't a double standard. This is but what you're so this isn't like you're saying that I have a double standard. This isn't a double standard. This is a shifting of values. So like you're wrong also in terms of like how you're counting.
You are under my protection.
Watch me go.
This is real firepower. Do you think that?
I'll patch you up.
Do you think that we should never fire people from the government? That's not what I said, is it? Well, if you're going on fire, so basically what you're saying is that you used to
I unleash the
Against the world.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
And so this is me right here fact-checking something that Elon Musk said in the middle of the video. Like at the beginning, you started talking about the conservatives being the most oppressed people. And then now you're talking about there being a double
Supernova! Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Appeal for charged. Everything you're saying is emotionally charged.
always rise again.
You've misrepresented everything that I've said multiple times. So what are we doing here? GOP is erasing blackness.
This is real firepower!
They're not sending their best.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
I feel like myself again. By the eye of Agamotto!
Hamas decided they had no problem, okay, pressuring social media to censor American political speech.
That's right. That's right. These people had no problem censoring
Well, you can't expect them all.
during COVID or misgendering somebody. But they want to keep somebody in the country that is not even a citizen for supporting terrorism. It's not the same people, though? Yeah, actually it is. In fact, as a matter of fact, it is. It's the same apparatuses and the same organizations that were justifying and celebrating and supporting deplatforming people like Joe Rogan that are now trying to play defense for a terrorist sympathizer. Why are we deporting terrorists? Because they're bad. And we're not deporting terrorists. If they were terrorists, they'd be in jail. We're not even deporting them. They're not even terrorists, they're people that are supporting terrorists.
So I think it's ironic and hypocritical, but the bottom line is this.
lunatics, yeah.
You are in this country to promote Hamas, to promote terrorist organizations, to participate in vandalism, to participate in acts of rebellion and riots on campus. We never would have let you in if we had known that. And now that we
Is
know
it only
we're gonna leave.
pro-Palestinian people who are going to have their visas revoked, or
Is it only pro-Palestinian people? You see how, like, this is again the intentional misunderstanding, the intentional misleading. This is, yeah, see, this is how it always works, right? It's this dishonesty. These people can't even have, he's a green card holder. Once you have a green card, you're a citizen, you have the same rights as citizens have. Can green card holders vote? Can they vote or not? Some people just don't want Israel to keep bombing innocent people. That doesn't matter. That's not relevant. If the way that you protest that is by supporting terrorists, then you can do that somewhere else. This conversation isn't about Israel at all. It's about a terrorist organization and whether you're supporting them or not. It's very simple. I don't know why you don't understand it. That's how I was trying to teach you. Well, no, it's a simple question. Can you vote if you have a green card or not? Is this another crash out? No, you can't. Since when does free speech equal being deported? Okay, so then when you said that you have the same rights as citizens have, that wasn't true. You admit that, right? So what you previously said is not accurate. The DM's coming after me? Well, I'll ban you and you can deal with the DMs. Yeah, you can be against Israel without supporting terrorists. Yeah, you can. And you see the damage that these people are doing to the Palestine movement when they're characterizing support of terrorism as support of Palestine.
Participate in acts
Yeah.
of rebellion and riots on campus. We never would have let you in if we had known that. And now that we
is
know
it only
we're gonna leave.
pro-Palestinian people who are?
See? The entire framing of it is disingenuous. Everything about this is a lie.
Going to have their visas revoked, or are other points of view as well?
No, I think
Other
anybody who
points of view. Again, it's another point of view.
here in favor of, look, we want to get rid of Trinidad Agua gang members. They're terrorists.
That's a great point. I like this. Big Marco. Don't stop with the fucking terrorist supporters of Hamas. Get rid of all of them.
The
Yep.
president designated them, asked me to designate, and I did, as a terrorist organization. We want to get rid of them as well. We don't want terrorists in America. I don't know how hard that is to understand. We want...
I know. You would assume this is kind of like a, you know, a common sense agreement. But no, apparently not.
We don't want people in our country that are going to be committing crimes and undermining our national security or the public safety. It's that simple. Especially people that are here as guests. That is what a visa is. I don't know where we've gotten it in our head that a visa is some sort of birthright. It is not. It is a visitor into our country. If you violate the terms of your visitation, you are going to leave.
Man.
Okay, Secretary Rubio,
Man.
I'd like to have her back to talk to you about a lot more on your
I'm
plate.
sure
another
she
time
will.
when we have
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
Yep, there we go, guys.
Be wary. No timeline
People aren't defending
exists
the
where
individual it's
Magneto
happening to. They're concerned about the
yields.
precedent that it sets. Well, no, I support the precedent. No, that's the whole point. I like the precedent.
Now,
I think it's a
who
good thing.
am I gonna banish from this match?
Yeah, no, the precedent is that if you come to the country and you express material support towards groups that support terrorism, you will be removed. Yeah, no, I'm in favor of that. That's good. Yeah, that's the whole point. I want that to be the precedent. Correct me, people talking about Palestinians who started October. Well, I mean, listen, I know that it's back and forth with like the Palestine-Israel thing. Like, I'm not trying to decide who's right and who's wrong in that conflict because it's not relevant. What's relevant is whether somebody is supporting a terrorist organization. That's it. Why am I cherry picking messages that you can see something you can exploit? Okay. Well, how about this? I'll pull you
You'll
up.
need
This
a
will be the last
top-notch
one, then
team to
we'll move
win
on
this
to
one.
other stuff, okay. So what's the problem? What's the argument that you have? Because, I mean, you accuse me of cherry-picking messages. You've now been cherry-picked. Are you also being cherry-picked because you're stupid? Let's find out. Let's find out. Where all these retards coming from? I don't know. Being free content. Okay. Read, bro. Show up. Can you vote if you're a felon? No, you
Never
can't vote
allow
if you're a felon.
Krakoa
I'm
to
pretty
suffer
sure you
the
can.
same fate as Genosha.
Fools! Do you truly believe you can stop
What's the
my
point?
grand
30 seconds
scheme?
before you attack. Get ready.
Asgard is not our concern.
Depends on the state.
We should be fighting on Earth.
Whether a felon
Every
can vote,
battle
it's
against Doom
statewide.
matters.
Okay, there's no uniform
You'll
federal
find
rule.
that
Okay.
out when Krakoa
So it's
gets to
a
this
states' rights
timeline.
issue, brother.
How do you...
You can see a lot from the astral.
I can vote in most states as long as you're not actively
The
on
battle
parole.
starts
Okay.
in 5,
So there you go.
4, 3,
You're a
2,
fascist who decides
1.
who terrorists are? You think we deserve to say who's a terrorist and then kill them?
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Well, who should decide?
Cast has its price.
Do you think that do you think terrorism is real?
So it begins.
Because you can make the argument that terrorism is real. Because obviously somebody has to decide. And that decision, because we have no real, everything is to a degree a opinion, right? Like every morals and ethics and all that stuff is all opinion. So what do you mean? No, I understand that you have, I know. This is a so let's go ahead and check is a far-right authoritarian
Rest easy now.
characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized authors,
I am strengthened for
so
battle.
you think it's fascist authoritarian to be against
Mutants
terrorism?
always rise again.
Expand, come on, bro, expand the voting rights. What else do you guys say that the Green Party is a citizen? I think there's
enemies
a couple
on
of other restrictions.
You shall not be harmed. I feel like myself again.
The recent case.
You have made your father proud, Wanda.
Obviously, like, support terrorist groups is a big one. Actively, like, threatening the government.
Two primal forces merge as one.
And shout, save the world.
Are susceptible for and then, yeah, the people that was added in extra stuff.
I am ready to put on a show.
Tremble before power! Powers and might!
If he wasn't doing that, he wouldn't be deported.
Exactly as I expected.
If he was supporting a terrorist organization, should he? Okay, so we're done.
Keep going.
Video, I can be like, oh, well, he's part of this group. This group had this speaker here, and the speaker was part of a terrorist group, etc. Right? Like, I could do that, but that's not going to work on you because you're just not going to accept that step.
You shall not
So
be
the
harmed.
better thing to do would be to have a theoretical conversation about the idea of trying to fight argue about something that the system pretend doesn't work. So, assuming that he did
Shields up.
okay, well, I disagree. Yeah, I want to have people that are already applying to criminal gangs and other kinds of
Look at you killing that tree. Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
so I guess you need but that's basically it. Yeah, maybe it's an ideological difference. Changing topics? Yeah, changing topics is it's again. I just want you guys to see how a lot of the people who use this kind of stuff and have these kind of
I
arguments,
feel like
they're
myself again.
paper thin, brain dead arguments that there is no thinking involved at all. There's no thinking beyond just like these weird like gotchas. Like there's never like a good faith engagement and conversation. And I think that this is one of the big problems that happens is that a lot of these people do not want to make a good faith engagement in the conversation. And because of that, they
Your powers are mine!
I am ready to put on a show.
I think that's what happens.
Seems we have
place.
Why do you always
Tremble before Bath!
It's easy now.
Because it's only retards that are disagreeing. Americans' favorable view of the Democrat Party is falling 29% out of 100.
I shall not be removed so easily.
Opening a portal.
Approach this site with caution.
A brand new exclusive CNN poll that paints
Get
a
that vehicle
brutal
moving
reality
again.
for Democrats.
Sorry, let me go back just so you guys can hear it. Audio is bad.
A shortcut through space.
Inside politics.
Ashanti power.
I am ready to put on a show.
Magneto! A fatal attraction. My favorite time! It seems we have company.
Yggdrasil will not survive without our help.
Our record alone is 29%.
Don't turn back now.
Republicans. It is the lowest
A little help.
Only 60 seconds left.
polling.
But then, when did Elon Musk buy Twitter?
You have made your father proud one. I feel like myself again.
2000.
Enemy located.
Well,
Down to 30 seconds.
yeah, April 2022. And it's October 27. So it was he crossed what stupid fucking AI.
Ready. Here come the bad guys.
It's fake. It's not
I
real.
shall
Don't
not be
trust it.
removed so
Downvote it.
easily.
That's a downvote.
final 10
Incorrect
seconds.
answer. There it is. Yep, he got a downvote.
Guide this vehicle to its
Let's see here.
destination.
Get that
So
vehicle moving
basically-
again.
Elon Musk buys Twitter right
Anyone
here,
willing to help?
and it just goes.
The current score is 1, 2, 0.
That's crazy.
Time to switch things up, including
And
which
by the
side
way,
you're on.
I do think there's a correlation to that.
The right
I do.
heroes could make all the difference.
The truth got out. Yep.
No
the truth got out.
timeline exists where Magneto
And back here,
yields.
this is where nobody knew. Free speech. Yep. As soon as the truth got out. And by the way, it's still going down.
Going back more than 30 years. As you can see, the party's numbers dropping a staggering 20
I will bring
points
peace to this
in just 4
universe,
years.
no matter the
CNN
cost.
SRSR's poll also found 57% Democrats, Democratic-leaning voters, are
Round
more
two,
interested in seeing their party leaders stop the GOP.
I am
agenda.
simply a man who wishes to use his
42%
power
more
for
interested
good.
in cutting bipartisan.
So now all that so Democrats in Congress should try to stop the agenda.
They'll be
And
coming
so
in 30
like,
seconds.
it's all about
Stay
stopping
strong.
Trump. Yep.
In deals.
This is also another big problem that they have. They have an existential identity crisis because their identity is based on being oppositional to Trump.
That plan's a bit of a stretch.
It's Trump is bad. Elon is bad. They're Hitler. They're
The
bad.
battle starts in
That's
5,
really not a very
4,
good.
3, 2,
Yeah,
1.
that's not enough. Both parties are. Not
You
as
need to
much.
stop that vehicle in its tracks.
I know what your point is. I think you have like the core of what you're saying is true, but I don't think it's true to the same extent.
Little help, please.
Stronger together.
Much better.
Yeah.
This survey was taken before this week's poll.
I require some aid. Cosmic might return.
Party loud their feelings attack and Senate Democrats which have shield the Cosmos Hero first towards
Stop that vehicle.
become law. Be shut down.
Full of life.
Again, first Trump took away this guy's ability to be a Jew, and now he took away his ability to be a
Quantum
Democrat.
Now, a bitter round of finger pointing is taking shape. Democrats failed to get a single concession from the GOP, despite having their first piece of leverage fight back against Trump. Now the big fight is an open vote.
Quantum
Leave them to crush you!
Maximum pulse!
That's weird. Yeah, he's weird. Are you calling him?
The Cosmos heals these.
Shields up! I am ready to put on a show!
Yeah, that's what happened. That's the
By the eye of Agamotto!
Born again!
Quantum magic.
I am ready to put on a show!
Let's take a look at this.
Our new NBC News poll as the
Cosmic might returns.
Battlefield ready again.
Our foes have arrived.
to connect with Americans at this
Because they're supporting
It seems the King of the Seas has loyal followers.
Why are you supporting Kelly?
Some assistance, please.
Just stop supporting Kelly. It's so easy to not support Terry. Are you stupid?
our new NBC News poll as the with Americans at this critical moment of urgency which you described.
It's what I just talked about.
Or Ben Grid. I unleash the Vishanti's power!
Maximum pulse!
I am at your service.
Watch your back.
What about that? What about Israel? That doesn't work. That only works for other retards in the community. It doesn't take
Cosmic might returns.
If the Cosmos heals you, who's talking about eradicating the West. These are people who are
Feeling
radical
fantastic.
religious extremists. They target and kill civilians.
He's stuck
They target civilians. Kill them, not collateral damage.
I require some aid.
Namor has called forth warriors from the deep. Our aquatic enemies advance.
You want to put towards that? You have just lost the majority.
Castle went down fight.
Quantum majority of the well-meaning, good-intentioned Western civilization. The moment the quantum
By the eye of Agamotto!
Your powers are
I
mine!
am ready to put on a show!
stop.
Born again!
Still a chance to stop them!
Maximum
I am ready to
pulse!
put on a show! Shields up!
I require some aid.
And this is
I am at your service.
Democrats. I'll get to that. But I think the broad middle of the public as well want to see our party fight.
That is the conversation that has to happen inside of the Democratic Party, inside of Congress. And if we don't get that right, if we continue to work with Republicans, if we continue to hand Donald Trump more power, we are going to lose.
Cosmic might
You're
returns.
the Nazi from the other side, by the way.
Our enemies are here.
More tentacles than our sort of a... If there is a... The Cosmos field that...
I unleash the Vishanti's
Only 60 seconds left!
They're pretty much repudiating everybody disagrees with this, and they think that it's bad. There aren't a bunch of neo-Nazi
The eye of
rallies that
Agamotto.
And so I understand what the point of view is, and if it was happening, you would be right. But that's you see a lot of people that are running defense for
Castle
people
went
that
down fight.
30 seconds!
Maximum pulse!
Anyone willing to help?
Born again!
Enemy located.
By the eye of Agamotto!
30 seconds!
November, and if if that doesn't seem like a lot,
I am ready to put on a show!
Creatures of the deep
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
2004. So a lot.
That was like right at the peak of the Helldivers 2 fucking America. Because that was after 9/11.
That number is also up since the election on the direction of the country. First of all, the
As
movement of the
usual.
country.
You better stop that
We
vehicle!
ask folks, is it on the right direction for the
Final
wrong
score.
There it is.
1,
And, I'm
2,
not surprised
2.
by that at all. Full Helldivers mode? Yeah.
direction? That 44% you say right direction.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
If that doesn't seem like a lot, the last time it cracked 40%, you got to go back to 2012. The last time it actually hit 44 or higher, January of 2004. So a lot of this is Republicans, but independents, that number is also up since the election on the direction.
There it is. Very positive among Republicans. Yep. And now it's at 74%. People support Trump. Holy shit. That's a lot.
Well, I'm a big fan of the oldies, and when it comes to the feelings that
That's a whole
American
lot.
voters at large and Democrats have, I can't help but think of Chubby Checker.
44% is objectively shit, though, is it not? Well, if it is, then it's objectively... Well, we've been objectively shit for 20 years, and I think a lot of people agree with that. But it's improving.
Why is that?
It's higher than
the
it's been
question is,
before.
how low can you go? Voters' views of Democrats in Congress, the lowest ever approval ratings on record per Quinnipiac University. Look at this.
Jesus
Approved, 21% among all voters. Look at the disapprove level. Holy Toledo, 68% of all voters disapprove of how Democrats are doing in Congress. Now, you might think that is low, and this is the lowest number on your screen here, down at 21%. But I want to bring you over here to how Democratic voters feel, because this is truly unbelievable. Amongst their own party, how do Democratic representative senators, how are they viewed? Get this, the plurality disapprove at 49%. More Democrats disapprove of the job that their party is doing in Congress than approve. Get this, only 40% approve. These are truly horrific numbers. They're in the trash bin of history. That is how low these approval ratings are. When you can't...
And this is at CNN, by the way. This isn't on Fox. Like if I hear somebody saying this...
Get this, only 40% approve.
Listen to this.
These are truly horrific numbers. They're in the trash bin of history. That...
This is not on Fox.
Is how low these approval ratings are. When you can't even get plurality approval among your own party, you know you're doing something wrong in the eyes of the...
That's bad, man. That's really fucking bad. You guys going nuclear? Yeah. Of course, the approval